credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Welcome to Jordan High School in Sandy, Utah for the second 3A semifinal in the 3A Girls State Soccer Championship as the Juan Diego Soaring Eagle, the 7th seed in this tournament, taking on the 6th-seeded Ogden Tigers. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Excited to bring you this second semifinal of the day. In our first matchup, it was Real Salt Lake, the Academy, punching the ticket to the 3A state final, 5-0 over Manti. And the winner of this will face off against RSL in that final Saturday evening right here on KSLSports.com. Two teams that come into this tournament. Juan Diego, the second best team in Region 15, behind the aforementioned RSL Griffins. They finished 6-2 in region play, 12-7 overall. This is a group that has been really dependent this year on the goal scoring of Haley Mesnin. We'll see if they can get her going in this matchup, as she's got 22 goals this year. And you talk about dependency, boy, that is a load for a single player on a single team. Other scorers to keep an eye on today for Juan Diego includes the junior, Kate Dejan I practice this. Dejan D'Amico, as she had 8 goals on the season. And then Jada Mirable, although she's getting the start in net today for Juan Diego. So it will be interesting to keep an eye on that and see if they can replace her goal scoring from this season. Meanwhile, Ogden, talk about coming in as the 6th seed in these playoffs. They took care of Union in the second round. Of course, Ogden had a first-round bye. And then they got the quote-unquote upset over Morgan. Morgan was a higher-seeded team. Morgan beat them twice this year in region play, and Ogden getting revenge in the playoffs as a centering here sent out. 2-0 for Ogden in that quarterfinal to advance here to the semi. And when you look at this Ogden group, a lot of balance when it comes to scoring. Nevaeh Peregrina, 17 goals for her. Larson has 11. Gray with 10. They've got 11 different goal scorers on the season, so a lot of different contributions they can find on the offensive end. The defense has been impressive. They've not conceded a goal in this 3A playoff yet. Speaking of the Ogden Tigers, we'll see if they can keep on that pace. Of course, Juan Diego can say the same thing, the 7th seed in this tournament. Defeated Reachfield 5-0 in the second round, and then took Canyon View to PKs, winning that one in kicks. This one kind of bouncing around, settled, left-footed shot deflected there on its way to Mirable. Able to handle that. Good early look there for the Tigers, as that was Peregrina on the shot. Of course, Ogden. Oh, Ogden fans, they're going to let me hear that one. Defending state champs, the Ogden Tigers. 21 state champs, 19 state champs. As well, 4 state championships in program history for the Tigers. Trying to get back. Is keeping pressure on here. Want to let you know the clock you see on your screen, unofficial. We'll keep that as closely synchronized with the official clock here in the stadium as we can. At times you'll see us start it early, stop it late, that sort of thing to try to keep it trued up. As Juan Diego here trying to bring it through the midfield, but that defensive pressure of Ogden making it difficult. Starting keep today for the Tigers, wearing double zeros, Grace Milan. This one given up. Trying to get a ball ahead there for Bella Gray. Was just a step in front of Bella. Juan Diego trying to push up here. Addison Pettit. A hard challenge there from Ogden. As this ball will trickle through and out. Playing the gold lines today here at Jordan. Of course, that near line tough to see with the lights here, the nightscape at Jordan High. Been great hosts of semifinal action here for years. Talk about Ogden this year. 12-5 overall, 6-2 in Region 13. They finished second behind Morgan. Again, Morgan sweeping them in the regular season this year. Beat Morgan in the quarters, wins over Dixie, Weber, and RSL, who is sitting in that championship game. Could be a really fun rematch for a 3A state final. Of course, Juan Diego played RSL twice this season, both in region play, lost both times. This ball, through ball, deflected there by the defense of Juan Diego. And you can see Juan Diego, maybe a similar recipe to what we saw against Canyon View in the quarters. Really trying to lock things down defensively. They'll play wide here with Pettit. That broken up by Obayashi for Ogden. Juan Diego pushing it back ahead. Ogden working up. Larson couldn't secure it before that ball was pushed away. Ogden now will play back to the defense. Time here. That one given up. Might have been Hayden Pettit that helped to force that. Came up really strong and aggressive and found herself in the right position. This one thrown back towards the goal and gathered there by the keep for Ogden. Grace just a sophomore. Here comes Ogden pushing it ahead. Ball bouncing back and forth, secured by the Tigers. Try to push it back wide, the sent ahead. Nobody there as this ball trickling through and just crosses our sideline. Throw in here for Juan Diego. Played up the line. Nobody there for the Soaring Eagle. Man, you talk about being pushed back, everybody back. Juan Diego not wanting to give up an early goal. A miscommunication there gives that away. Juan Diego, chance to bring it up. Up the line. Centering. That's sent out. Long ball ahead. Too much behind it. As Mirable able to play it away. Now a roller. Doesn't make its way through. Deflected there by this Juan Diego defense. Morgan Mulcahy with the deflection. Ogden still with it here. Coming over is Larson, the junior. Trying to deal with that pressure. Ogden still able to stay on it here. Calista, Bree Calista, should say, had it there for a moment. Now Wadsworth. pushing it ahead, trying to stay onside, but just cannot. The flag up there is play offside. Wadsworth able to break that up, trying to stay on it here. Came just a touch long off her foot, but still pressure there from Kate. As this ball trickling back, Robinson will play it back here. Sent ahead. This play onside. Crossed just in front of Larson. Murdoch trying to work this up the left line. Successful in doing so, connecting with a teammate now. That one ricocheted long, I think off the foot of Hayden Pettit. Ogden playing up again. Well, a lot of deflections on that play. I think it was Lily Edwards that was trying to work it through there. As this finds its way back to Mirable. Larson gives it over with Gray. That could not be possessed as Murdoch again with it far side. Playing up, no one there for Juan Diego. Ogden continue to really push. And they come away with it. That through ball finds a hole, and it's through. First goal of the match coming for Ogden. That had some trouble written on it early. And it was Nevaeh Peregrina with the strike. A beautiful goal to put Ogden out in front early, 1-0. Boy, you talk about one that had trouble written on it. That ball kind of sneaks its way through, finds Peregrina. And if you get to that spot, well, you don't have a lot of hope left. Peregrina going to finish that one. 90% of the time she does there. 1-0 Ogden. Scoring early in the 11th minute. So Juan Diego, we talked about, there were times where they had all 11 players on the defensive half and close to the defensive third, and really trying to take away some of those offensive opportunities for Ogden, conceding here early. We'll see what their response is. If they continue to just really try to lock that down, maybe try to be opportunistic. Good burst there, playing up through the middle. Larson. She'll drop this back. This ball sent ahead. Going to be just a step out in front there of the run, I believe, from Madeline. Settled down here with Callie Cherry. Trying to get one up for Peregrina there. That deflected back to the Tigers. Bella Gray, the sophomore, has been active. Had a lot of touches here just these first opening minutes. Here come the Tigers. Centering attempt. That caught out of the air by Mirable. My apologies to our Soaring Eagle watchers. Going to do our best with pronunciations. I've already messed a couple of them up. My apologies. We will try to work through that. Ask for your patience as we do so. Juan Diego pushing this one ahead. But Ogden there defensively. Time being taken away there on the pursuit by Pettit. Looking up ahead, Peregrina trying to track this down for Ogden. She'll get there. Into the corner. Help coming there. This is Gray. Bella. And that cleared out of the box. Ogden maintaining. As that played out, we'll have substitutions at the next Ogden opportunity. Obayashi back. Line that up through the middle. That one skipped over by Gray. Allows a Robinson here. Tried to give that back with Kalista. Nice find, but boy, Gray tried to give it right back up that line, and Juan Diego was there defensively. Sent up. Into the corner. I think this is Wilson trying to center. Running up. Robinson trying to settle. No, she's got someone right in front, and the roller just wide. A chance for Ogden to take a 2-0 lead early. Boy, love the ball movement there to create the opportunity. And Ruth Larson, hands to the head. Can't believe she missed that one.
Now in the game for Ogden, number 18, Lily Galbraith, and number 28, Zoe Franklin.
Multiple substitutions for Ogden. I believe Lily Galbraith. And I didn't catch the other one. My apologies. A lot going on up here, so apologize we missed that one. Here come the Tigers once again. Drop it back, Peregrina. The last to touch there. That one kept in. Peregrina had it. Then maybe overstepped it just a touch. Brought down by Mesnin. High off the bounce. Gray trying to get there. Shielded off. As here's Zoe Franklin. I believe she was the other Tiger to come on at that last whistle. And now Wadsworth dropping this back with Obayashi. Looking up again for Peregrina. Trying to fight through the traffic there. Good job of getting that away. That was Madeline. Had that taken away. Now trying to get back on it is Larson there for Ogden. That touch was just a step in front Her teammate gave it to Juan Diego momentarily. Now pinballing here through the middle. Obayashi. Up through Galbraith. Once again back with the defense of the senior Obayashi. Cherry. Try up that right side, and that could not be kept in. Last touch there by Juan Diego. Caught out of the air cleanly. This ball's still in on that far line. But that one kind of somehow snuck through. Up ahead for Larson. Ruth trying to center. Like it might have been deflected. Allows Juan Diego to come back. Break that up. Larson. Plays near side. And the throw in here will stay with the Tigers as they'll bring on a substitution. Kate Pulley, the sophomore, coming on here for Ogden. As Addie Howards will get a rest. So we approach the midway point here in this first half. 1-0. The advantage for Ogden. Peregrina with her 18th goal of the season. This kept in. Franklin plays it back. Mesnin couldn't stay with that long enough as it was Pulley coming to gather it for the Tigers. Played ahead. Numbers here for Ogden. Larson plays wide. Cross into the box. Backside. Oh, and a good closeout there by Juan Diego to deflect it. Does not allow the shot from Franklin through, but we will head to the corner here with the Tigers. Corner here for Ogden. Played over Larson. That off the bounce. Couldn't be gathered cleanly. Still loose and finally cleared out of the box. Good support there by that Juan Diego defense. Soaring Eagle looking for a counter. Here comes Mesnin. Broken up, disrupted by Wadsworth. Ogden will bring it near side now. Here's Franklin again. A lot of time for Zoe. Wadsworth sending up. Peregrina has a couple of teammates with her. Plays to the middle. Broken up there. That was Dijon Dominico. They give it back. Larson, long strike, and it's in. Oh, what a beautiful shot from Ruth Larson. Going far corner paints it beautifully, and it's 2-0 Ogden. 32. That is one of the more painted shots you will ever see. Ruth Larson. What a strike. There is not much you can do if you're a keeper on that one. 23rd minute, 2-0 Ogden. And now Juan Diego. They're going to have to find their offense. A team that mentioned 12-7 on the year. Scored 60 goals. So they certainly have the ability to. But this Ogden team, they don't concede a lot. And finding yourself down 2-0, it's not an easy task or an easy squad to come back against. A whistle here in the middle. It's an Ogden group that gave up just 16 goals on the season. In play for the Soaring Eagle. Into the box, headed and scooped there by Grace. Hasn't had work these last couple minutes, but she's up to the task there. We'll roll it out. Here's Wadsworth. Boy, yeah, big runs here from Ogden. That ball, I think too much steam on it. They had Larson. They also had Gray. They were set to take off like runners in the blocks, just waiting for that ball to be sent. But just a bit too much behind it. Wadsworth getting a break here for Ogden. As Olivia coming on here. Just had a good note sent to me from a 3A coach. Last year, Ogden did not allow a goal in the playoffs, and they've not allowed a goal yet this year in the playoffs. Get a substitution here for the Tigers as Kalista coming back on. Coming away with it. Here's Madeline. Madeline trying to deal with the pressure there of Robinson. Giving back with Gentry. Actually, that hard to see that number. Might not have been 10. Sent up here for Alamia. Good challenge there. Abigail coming away with it. Trying to stay on it. Good support there from this Ogden D, able to win that. Larson wanted to play outside. Dejan Domenico was there for Juan Diego, as it will be an Ogden throw-in. Want to remind you, the 3A state final will be Saturday, Zions Bank Stadium, 5 p.m. You can watch that game right here on KSLSports.com. RSL already arranging buses for that journey. Of course, that journey might be just a few feet. I'm thinking Zions Bank is like right next to or on the campus of RSL. Been a while since I've been out there, but that may be a easy trip for the Griffin. Juan Diego with it here. Long shot attempt off the bounce gathered. Here's Obayashi. Worked back over. Sent ahead, broken up there by Addison Pettit. That was just a bit long. Ogden trying to stay on it here. Larson plays over. And this couldn't be possessed cleanly. We'll get substitutions here for Ogden. Addie Howard's back on. Wadsworth back on. And Megan Buse coming on here for Ogden. Coming up there. Franklin playing ahead. And Juan Diego will just push this wide. That was Mulcahy there defensively. Ogden throwing in. Shot attempt there deflected by this Juan Diego defense. Addison Pettit there. Sent up that right side. The challenge there forces this out. We'll head to the corner with the Ogden Tigers. Right where Ogden likes to be here. Give that back. Leaves it. Center just over the head. And Juan Diego able to clear this out into the Ogden bench. We'll get a substitution here for the Tigers. As well as Izzy Callista coming on here. Nice read there defensively by Cutler. The junior breaking it up momentarily. As regathered here by Pulley. Pulley just a sophomore. She's had some good minutes here tonight. Boy, Addie Howard's almost had a lane there to get a shot off. But it's Juan Diego pushing it ahead. Trailing 2-0. 32nd minute Long shot, wide, and out. Franklin. Howard sending it ahead. And that wisely played out there. I think by Mulcahy. Alamia played that over, Pulley disrupting it. Boy, hard challenge there as players on both sides going to the ground. The official saying we're playing on. Pulley just finding her way back to her feet, you know. Kate's still down here. She's found her way back up, but I think she's going to have to come off. Seemed to be the indication from the center. No. Kate indicating she's okay, and the center saying, all right then. Here's Pulley, far side. That deflected. Second opportunity there. Handled. I was one where maybe fortunate because it was really good positioning initially there for Ogden. The deflection kind of, well, the pass kind of started to pull the option in the middle back, and then the deflection, it was kind of got pulled away from the place that had they stayed originally probably would have had a great look. Just a series of unfortunate bounces there if you're a Tiger fan. And now it's Juan Diego. That play cut off thanks to the defensive prowess of Bree Callista. Played out. 35th minute. 2-0 the advantage here for the Ogden Tigers. Substitution for Juan Diego. Couldn't quite see that number as Ogden now bringing it ahead. Pulley has runners coming with her, sends us ahead for Buse. And last touch there by Ogden, or by Juan Diego, my apologies. It was Mulcahy there on the challenge. Thrown in. It was behind a lot of Juan Diego defenders as that ball will roll out. We'll have a kick coming up here for the Soaring Eagle keep. We do have a Juan Diego substitution. It's, I think, Cutler coming off here for the Soaring Eagle. And might be Hope Lowry, the sophomore, I believe, that came on that far side. Ogden back on it. Played to the middle. Touched around Peregrina. That was just too long for her. And actually, I thought that was Peregrina, but no, it was not. I think it was actually Salgado. Or it might be Maya Robinson. Can't quite tell if it's 15 or 16. Might be 15. Ogden again, looking ahead. And that played out by Mulcahy. Substitution, Reagan Wilson coming on here for Ogden. Obayashi with it again. Played up with Izzy. Trying to get that up to Pulley. Broken up by Juan Diego. Alamia plays ahead. The wing, that played out by Ogden. As we are near completion of our 38th minute. Still 2-0, the advantage for the Ogden Tigers. Good touch. Wilson trying to get that over, and boy, just miss it. I think that it was Robinson that just couldn't settle that quite enough. Obayashi trying to pressure Madeline there, helps to force it back to Ogden. Wadsworth up with Pulley. As time ticking down here in this first half. Ogden winning it back, and that sent high. Juan Diego, boy, if they could get a look here in this final minute. Find something to help get a little bit of momentum, a little bit of positive feeling in that huddle at the break. Nice little burst there. Juan Diego trying to set it up. Boy, that was just a touch, just a step in front of Pettit. Ogden sending ahead. Here's Pulley. Played ahead for Buse. Good help there defensively by, I think, Murdoch. As that ball rolling down. Final 15 seconds here of the half.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
2 goals in the first half for Ogden. One from Peregrina, one for Larson. The 2 leading goal scorers for Ogden in the books in this 3A semi as the Tigers take a 2-0 lead over Juan Diego to the break. Halftime in our 3A semifinal. Ogden leading Juan Diego 2-0.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated at 5 locations along the Wasatch Front, SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
Welcome back. Jordan High School, your 3A girls soccer semifinal. Ogden leading Juan Diego 2-0 at the half. Goals from Peregrina and Larson. The difference in this one, as second half underway, Ogden starting with the possession. We talked about this Juan Diego team. They've scored in bunches at times this year, 60 goals on the season. They've got to find a way to break through this stout Ogden defense. They've really not had a lot of good opportunities, as Ogden's been strong on the possession. Been very aggressive. Really kind of had a majority of possession inside of Juan Diego, half defensive third. It's been really Ogden pressure at will tonight. And we've seen them do this, right? Try to set up the opportunity to advance just right through the levels. But, boy, nice takeaway there by Juan Diego. See if this can give them an opportunity. That shot drifting and right through the hands. It will be a corner here for Juan Diego. And, look, love that decision there by Abigail. We talk about needing to try to find some offense, generate something. You get a misplay. Abby comes away with it and able to send what's a real nice trailing shot, a difficult save there for Grace. She's able to make it, but we do get the corner. Looking backside. That one taking the large bounce. And last touched there by Ogden. That ball sent to the middle. Not many Soaring Eagle around it as this rolls out. Last touch by Juan Diego. Peregrina looking up for Larson. Ruth turning back inside there. Gives that over with Howards. Here's Addie. Larson trying to work around there. A couple teammates looking up there for Robinson. As Ogden here will have the throw in. Into the box. Looking for a strike there from Howards. Just mistimed it. This was the same matchup we had in last year's quarterfinal. Nope, I did it again. Morgan Ogden. Man, Ogden defeated Carbon in last year's quarter for whatever reason. That Morgan Ogden thing, there's just been a blend in my mind tonight, and my apologies to Ogden on that. Ogden beat Morgan in the final last year. That is legit and real. They also beat him in the quarters this year. Is the whistle there coming on the challenge. Juan Diego fans didn't like that call. Peregrina plays it up. Gray trying to chase this down. And touched out there defensively by Juan Diego. Really not much Pettit can do there and allow the defense to get back here. Sent back out. Looking backside, no one there as this ball trickling through and out. We talked about some of the wins Ogden has this season, upper classification wins. Lost to PG, lost to Lone Peak. Lone Peak was undefeated this year until being upset in the 6A semifinal. Lost to Wasatch, and then, of course, the pair to Morgan. Those are the 5 losses for Ogden this year. Juan Diego, pair of losses to RSL, lost to Canyon View in the regular season, beat the Falcons in the quarters. So both these two teams have got a little regular season revenge here in the 22 playoffs. Looking to try to keep that magic going. Juan Diego, 3 state championships in program history. Most recent, 2016. Been a while for the Soaring Eagle. Champs in 09 and 10 and in 2016. That's sent right to Grace. Able to capture it. Kept in here by Howards. No, it was not. They say it's a Juan Diego throw in here. It was right in front of the Ogden bench. I don't think they quite agreed with the call, but they don't get much of a say in that, as that was deflected last touch there by Juan Diego. Wadsworth. Boy, hard close there by Alamia. Helps to win it back here for Juan Diego. Big push. Oh, boy. Nice defensive play being made there by Obayashi. Just able to break that up. They had a run going right down the middle, but couldn't connect thanks to the defense there by Howard playing to the middle. Just a step behind Peregrina, as Juan Diego will play this wide and out. Here's Larson. Gray, able to find a little bit of space. Trying to work around. Gray, the shot, captured. Mirable, able to track that, catch it cleanly. Ogden trying to put that pressure right back up. And we'll get the whistle here. The call there on Larson. Taken away. Gray. Fancy footwork there, still on it. Looking ahead. Here's Howards. Has Larson in the middle. Howards. Playing to the middle. What timer that sails off the foot of Peregrina. Out of play. Ogden able to win it back. Peregrina just overstepped that. Howards centering. Gray. She'll try the left-footed shot, punched out by Mirable. Boy, good placement there by the sophomore Bella Gray. And Jada does a nice job of able to get over, cover, and play it wide. We head to the corner here with the Tigers. That one shy of the post. And Juan Diego will have the kick. 50th minute, 2-0. The advantage still for Ogden. Want to remind you, 6A, 5A finals. We'll have them for you live tomorrow here on KSLSports.com. And then we'll wrap up the rest of our classifications on Saturday. You can watch every final from Zions Bank Stadium right here on KSLSports.com. Ogden will have the throw-in. That played out again here by Juan Diego. Juan Diego to put this in play. Right to Larson. Ogden just unfolding the offense here, trying to play that over to Gray. Broken up there, I think, by Cutler. Tracked down by Edwards. Lilly. Boy, Peregrina does a nice job of breaking that up, but couldn't connect with Howards there. Played out. We have substitution here for Juan Diego as Hope Lowry will get a break. And I think Blair coming on here. Ogden trying to attack here quickly. Wilson trying to give that back to Larson as that ball rolls out. Ogden to throw. Able to be kept in here by Alamia and sent ahead. This play deemed onside. Here comes Madeline. Challenge there in the box and sent out. Good defensive recovery by Obayashi, who continues to make strong plays for this Ogden back line as they continue to pitch the shutout here, to borrow an old Fall Classic term. Up for Larson. Boy, Ruth just finds that right with her. Trying to stay on it. Good stick-to-itiveness there by Mulcahy. And we eventually get the whistle here on Ogden. Not a lot of fans wearing black and orange loved that call. Battle on that far line. Just a step in front, and Peregrina able to break it up, but in her attempt to play wide, played it out. Last touch there by Juan Diego. Boy, having to work through a couple of Ogden defenders. Still on it. Long shot here. Able to be handled there by Grace. Boy, look at the burst. I'll tell you. Feels like Mesnin right now trying to pick up the intensity here for Juan Diego. She's their leading goal scorer. We talked about they'd have to find some offense, and I love her coming out with some intensity. Trying to ignite a bit of a spark here. knowing that unless something changes drastically over these next 25 minutes, her career could be coming to a close. A senior here for Juan Diego is Peregrina sizing up a shot just wide. Boy, not a bad look there for the junior, Nevaeh Peregrina. And it does not take a lot of space for her to be able to create a good look, as she did right there. She'll come off here. The substitutions for the Tigers being made. Galbraith, Izzy Callista both coming on. Alamia couldn't keep that in. Played through to Larson. Larson tried to center. Couldn't get it past Cutler. We'll head to the corner here with the Tigers. They've largely played these close all night. Doesn't look like that will be the decision here. Larson will take it. Into the box. Shot, a roller. And that cut out. Still on it. That was too angled. I think maybe had a more spin on that than desired. But, boy, give credit to the back line. Might have been Lily Edwards that was able to get kind of that initial denial. As Ogden with the possession here at midfield. Now playing back. Obayashi. Gray. Tried to thread one ahead for Lily Galbraith. Couldn't sneak it through. Robinson. Is this one rolling near that end line? Juan Diego trying to stay on it, and they do. That one could not be kept in. Ogden will have the throw in as we approach the midway point here in our second half. We've got a stoppage here. Boy, it looks like Morgan Mulcahy coming off here maybe with a bit of a limp. She's okay. She's been strong defensively. Played near side. A nice job there by Franklin, able to put enough pressure that it does end up with the Tigers. Here's Gray with the shot. This ball rolling through will allow Alamia to come gather. That one could not be kept in. Will be a Juan Diego throw in. Taken here by Madeline, trying to stay on it, still with it. Here comes Madeline, trying to work around. Gave that back. Alamia. And that was just a step in front, maybe a little too sharp for Madeline to gather. Hard closeout there by Larson. And that ball rolling down the other end and out. Callista. That one just broken up before it can make its way back to Izzy. That one taken high there by Mesnin. Had a handball there. Callista trying to play up for Gray, the flag being up here. Help there from the assistant. Oh, wow. The kick here given to Juan Diego. I thought that was going to be an opportunity for Ogden. Most of the Ogden sideline thought the same way. But not the case. Juan Diego putting that in play. Mesnin eventually has the possession taken away is Izzy. That ball played ahead, looking for Zoe. She was the last to touch. Juan Diego here to throw in Izzy. Great job coming over. Breaking that up, winning it back for the Tigers. Here's Wadsworth. No, a whistle here on the challenge from behind. Wadsworth from long range to take this kick. Here's Larson. She tries a strike. Batted down. You look at these two rosters, both relatively young. By my count, only 4 seniors on this Juan Diego roster. And only 4, I think, on this Ogden roster. So both rosters with a lot of underclassmen, juniors, sophomores. 2 programs with good runs last year. We talked about recent state championships, and both programs looking primed to stay here competitive at the top of 3A. Of course, reclassification always has the potential to mix things up. Juan Diego to take this kick from just beyond 40 yards. Into the box, headed out immediately. And now Gray to clear. Mirable. Yeah, handball there. Yep. Had a stoppage here. The official here showing a yellow. Guessing for the deeming that intentional. That was to Larson, so Ruth being booked here. In the 65th. is Juan Diego making a substitution. Ogden will, due to the yellow as well. See Larson on the bench. She's giving the indication, almost like the explanation to her was the arm came forward in an intentional act, but then she said it hit my elbow. So, guessing that's a call. Of course, we don't always know the conversations that happen on the field. But it will be Juan Diego to put this in play. Just shy of midfield. That one finds its way through. Alamia still on it. A trio of Tigers take it away. It's called alliteration. Juan Diego here with the throw in. We'll do it again. And we'll get the whistle here on the box out. A little extra jump in the step here of the Soaring Eagle. Still haven't been able to find the back of the net. See if this helps them. Mesnin from 21 yards. Looking on frame. Punched up and over. Grace continues to play strong in net for the Tigers. We head to the corner. Here with the Soaring Eagle. Trying to set up what would be their third match of the season with the Griffins of RSL. Mesnin from the corner. Into the box and through as this will roll across and out. So that Ogden defense continues to flex its muscle. You talk about impressive playoff runs last year and this year. Pulley plays that up. Callista gets it right back. Here's Wadsworth. Juan Diego, big charge. That was Dejan Domenico. Had it taken away. Juan Diego trying to get that back. It finds Pulley. Wadsworth recognizes. Had Mesnin collapsing down fast. Mesnin taking it. Here comes Haley. Tried to center, disrupted by Wadsworth. Mesnin still with it. Trying to work around. Shot off the crossbar. Boy, initially I couldn't quite tell if that hit the crossbar of the goal or of the upright. I think it did hit the goal. The indication here is a throw-in, so the center there agreeing. Man, that one, good look there for Mesnin. Haley did not miss it by much. Ogden here pushing it up fast. Buse trying to get there. Instead, it's Cutler for this Juan Diego defense. And she doesn't have a lot of options due to the pressure there of Buse. Has to play it out. That ball's still loose. Long shot, wide, off the foot there. But now the flag being up here, actually, the look there from Pulley, and it wouldn't have counted anyway. Pulley again. Is he dropping it back? Wadsworth. Man, great play to get that up with Franklin. As now Cherry sending it up. Last touch there by Juan Diego. This one attempt to be played out, and is, except it will be a corner rather than the throw-in. Peregrina coming near side to take it as we're through 70 minutes. Still 2-0 the difference. Both first half goals for the Tigers. Peregrina and Larson. Here's Nevea. That ball makes its way through. Pulley trying to maintain it, and does. Pulley again with Wadsworth. Here's Galbraith. Good burst there by Buse. And that out of the air, dealt with by Mirable. That's a tough one, kind of going to that far side, having to track that through the air here. Nice job by Jada. Juan Diego on the other end. Here's Madeline. Working over. Mesnin, shot deflected by Wadsworth, doesn't make its way through. Mesnin trying to get back on it. Hard challenge there, and the foul here. Boy, got to be careful. You see some frustration there. The call was originally made against Ogden. And then you saw the reaction. And it appears as though not a big fan of the call, the booking here being given to Mesnin in the 72nd. The hard challenge was indeed hard. Mesnin didn't like it. The response drawing the yellow. We've just had a goalie change. And I wonder if some of this is because we talked about Mirable. She's one of the top scorers for Juan Diego. And being down 2-0, needing something, would imagine we would see her on offense as she is putting on, or she's taken off the goalie shirt and put on the white kit. Back in play So the new goalie, not quite certain. Here's Pulley. That one just couldn't quite be kept there by Callista. This one trickling through and out. And I believe now we will get the substitution, and indeed it is Mirable coming on. Talked about coming in this one, third on the team in scoring. And with minutes ticking away here quickly. Coach Baca feeling like need her offensively. She's not been bad in Cape today. The Larson goal, there's virtually no chance on that one. And even the Peregrina goal, the way that kind of works its way through, that's a difficult save. As this ball coming down and the defense there to play it out. We'll head to the corner once again here with the Tigers. Peregrina is at the corner with a teammate. This played to Nevaeh. Nevaeh to take it into the box, sent out by Mirable, or I should say sent up, still in the box, being batted around. And worked back up by Cherry. Peregrina, what a touch. Nevaeh looking for number 2. Doesn't make its way through. This shot will, and scooped up. Boy, great defensive effort there by Juan Diego. Peregrina felt like she got a beautiful look. But Juan Diego able to get the deflection and not allow that shot through. Keeping it at a 2-goal difference. As our 75th minute coming to a close here in our 3A semi. Ogden back on it. Is he able to keep that? As Pulley touching to Callista, back to Kate. Kate, little one-timer, pushes it ahead. This play onside. Wilson trying to work around the defense here of Juan Diego. And the flag being up there, the call going to be called on Ogden. Official indicating advantage. Looking to center. And gathered. Well, that one, maybe an inadvertent touch playing up, and now we will have the whistle on the challenge. And we're going to get a card being shown here to Madeline. The aggressive pursuit coming through the back. The official there to make the call. Three and a half to go. Tigers just trying to salt this one away. Played up. Wilson. In the corner. Playing around. Back with Reagan. And we'll get a stoppage here. There was some delay a little bit with that, and the center here now. Almost a reset there, I believe. That kept in. Taken away. Boy. Juan Diego will play that wide. Pulley back with Peregrina. Centering. Just a step in front. There of Howard's. Peregrina trying to set up Pulley. This shot long and out. Substitution here for Juan Diego. Probably the last chance for a final push. Again, a 2-goal deficit. Need time for that second. As Rable there plays it back. Trying to get one ahead. Unsuccessful. Ogden continues to just be stifling with the possession. Looking up for Wilson. Reagan finding her way around. Centering. Backside. And that able to be handled off the bounce. Off the hop. As we approach the final minute of regulation. Juan Diego, a great run in this tournament. Talked about a group, had a great year. Finishing second in Region 15. Coming in the 7th seed. Taking care of Ridgefield. Upsetting Canyon View. A team they had lost to in the regular season, finding themselves here in the semifinal. The defense had to bring it. Pretty good defensive game from Juan Diego, but just could not find or generate enough offense to match what Ogden had for them tonight. As the season looks to be coming to a close here for the Soaring Eagle and for Ogden, advancing to a state final once again. And what will be the third in 4 years for the Tigers. Ogden advances to your 3A final. They have yet to concede a goal as they defeat Juan Diego 2-0 here at Jordan High School. Congratulations. 2 great matches today. Congratulations to all of our semifinalists. But it will be RSL and Ogden for your 3A state championship. That game will take place Saturday, 5 p.m. at Zions Bank Stadium. If you can't make it, you can watch it live right here on KSLSports.com as Ogden defeats Juan Diego 2-0 behind goals from Peregrina and Larson. For Vince Francis, my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us here for our 3A semifinals. And make sure to join us the rest of the week, Friday and Saturday, for all your championship coverage only on KSLSports.com.